Just so smart.
All right. Boker Tov. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Hear more late. I want to hear more later.
I'm just saying that I had
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Page 61. Happy Shabbat. Happy sunny day.
Spring.
Happy spring. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov v'shkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Tefilati l'charonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha aneni be'emet yishecha. 63. Elohai neshama Hashem natata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama Hashem natata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama Hashem natata Shama v'kirbi modeh ani lefanecha Adonai Elohai v'Elohei avotai ribon kol hamaasim adon kol haneshamot baruch atah Adonai hamachazir neshamot lifkarim meitim. Talking about this before, the word kavanah means direction. It means, sometimes they asked this guy, the Tzanzer Rebbe, how does he pray? And his answer was, I pray that I'll be able to pray. We need to do things to get ourselves ready to pray, and those things are kavanah. So the kavanah, clearly for the morning blessings on page 65, a good, wonderful kavanah is just to take a moment and think of something this week or this day or whatever that we're grateful for. Not the words on the page, but just something that we really feel gratitude for, that we feel has been a blessing to us in our lives in the last little while. And just feel the joy and thanksgiving for that, and then we can say these blessings with fullness. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasechli bina lavchin bein yom ubein layla. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzalmo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chori. Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arunim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin bitzadei gaber. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef kohan. And on the English side, 6 lines up from the bottom together. Strengthen our desire to do good deeds. Teach us humility that we may serve you. May we find grace, love, and compassion in your sight and in the sight of all who look upon us this day and every day. Grant us a full measure of loving kindness. Praised are you, Adonai, who bestows loving kindness upon God's people, Israel. One of the things I'm grateful for, I had a dream this morning. And I often don't remember my dreams, but it was just as I was about to wake up, and I was dreaming that it was like sort of high holidays, but not in a shul. It was in a big room, and I was facing a group of people and preparing to talk to them about something for high holidays, and then I looked up around, and suddenly most of them were gone. and I was like, oh, what's going on? It was terrible. I was starting to talk to them about intention in prayer. And that it's not just the words, but what we do really. I can't make this up. And then I looked around, and they had just moved around to sort of be closer or whatever. And I thought, oh, wow. So I am thankful this morning that you stay here and don't walk away. And listen to whatever about adding attention to our prayer. But that was the dream. And I really have dreams like that.
How to get my Freud out.
Yeah. It was really...
I'm not moving my seat.
Thank you. Stay right there. But it was such relief to see that they hadn't walked out. I thought, oh man, I'm so bored, they're gone. But they were there. It's really sweet. So I'm glad you're here too. Page 83.
That's great.
Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam Baruch hu Baruch Chai Haolamim Melech Meshubach Umefoar Adei Ad Shemo Hagadol Baruch Ata Adonai Melech Mehulal Batishbachot. How about page 85, the 9th line, and then we skip the 10th line into the 11th. All about joy. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Page 87, in the middle, single lines. The Torah Mesamchele makes the heart joyous. Torah Adonai T'mima, Torah Adonai T'mima, Torah Adonai T'mima, Meshiva Nafesh, Eidut Adonai Nemana, Machkimat Peti, Pikudei Adonai Sharim, Pikudei Adonai Sharim, Pikudei Adonai Yesharim, Mesamchei Lev, Mitzvat Adonai Param, Mehirat Einayim, Yirat Adonai Torah, Yirat Adonai Torah, Yirat Adonai Torah, Omedet La'ad, Mishpetei Adonai, Emet, Tzadku Yachdav, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai. Want to know the secret to life? Sing the next song, page 88, in the middle, letter Mem. Mi ha'ish echafetz chayim, ohev yamim, liroto, mitzvot lishon chamera, usatecha Page 94. It is good to give thanks to God and to sing to God's name. Mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat tov lehodot la'Adonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon ulzamer l'shimcha elyon lehagid b'boker chastecha be'emunatcha b'leilot alei asor ba'aleina ve'alei higayon bechinor mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat tov lehodot la'Adonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon ulzamer l'shimcha elyon ki simachtani Adonai befo'alecha b'ma'aseh yadecha ranen ma gadlu ma'aseh Adonai me'od hamkum avshibotecha mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat tov lehodot la'Adonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. You know, we haven't sung in a while. Same page, 6 lines up from the bottom. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, planted in the house of Adonai. They will thrive even in old age. Tzadik amar yifrach ke'erez ba'anon yizkeh sheturim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenubun b'sema v'shenim v'ra'ananim yiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri belo avatavo. Page 100. In the middle, of course. Hallelujah, 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 El Bekacho, hallelujah, Kiauzo, hallelujah, Vigburatav, hallelujah, Keragulo, hallelujah, 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 B'tei Kashafar, hallelujah, B'neva B'chinor, hallelujah, B'tov U'machol, hallelujah, B'minim B'ugam, hallelujah, 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 b'tziltzei shama, hallelujah, b'tziltzei truah, kol hanshama, tehaleya, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
I try to feed in the Kolam Shama the Hallelujah into the Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she would like us to sing this again. She's ashamed to tell you.
No, it's one of those songs that's like, one more time. You know, you just
What is all up?
Good, good. Page 104.
Now we can sing the Nishma. You see, it came from the Neshome,
Yeah.
and now it's still the Nishma.
That's right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely right.
One into the other.
Okay. And we'll even sing the other melody. Nishmat kol chai tivarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu. Nishmat kol chai tivarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu, Eloheinu. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. time it's good to take a breath from this, especially after this full breath. Page 105. Let's read together the top paragraph in English. These limbs that you formed for us, this spirit you breathed into us, this tongue you set in our mouth, must laud, praise, extol, sing, and exalt your holiness and sovereignty. Every mouth shall extol you, every tongue shall pledge devotion, every knee shall bend to you, every back shall bow to you, every heart shall revere you, every fiber of our being shall sing of your glory. As the psalmist sang, all my bones exclaim, Adonai, who is like you, saving the weak from the powerful, the needy from those who would prey upon them. Who can equal you? Who can be compared to you? Great, mighty, awesome, exalted God, creator of the heavens and the earth. We extol you even as David sang, praise Adonai my soul. Let every fiber of my being praise God's holy name. Shochenan marom v'kadosh shemo b'fi sharim titalav u'b'divrei tzadikim titbarach ובלשון חסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תקדש, ובמקלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל. שכן חובת כל היצורים לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, להודות, להלל, לשבח, לפאר, לרומם, להדר, לברך, להלל ולקלס, על כל דברי שירות בתשבחות, דוד בן ישי עבדך משיחך, ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו. אל המלך הקדוש ברכות והודאות מעתה ועד עולם, ברוך אתה אדוני אל מלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודאות אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך אלכי העולמים. Page 108. אדון על כל המעשים, ברוך ומבורך בפי כל נשמה, גדול בטובו מלא עולם דעת ותבונה סוף לימותו, הריגה על חיות הקודש ונדע בכבוד על המרכבה, זכות ומישור לפני חיסור, חסד ורחמים לפני כבודו, טובים מאורות שברא אלוהינו יצרם, בדעת בבינה ובשכל, כוח וגבורה נתן בהם להיות מושלים בקרב תבל, מלאים זיו ומפיקים נוגה, נעזיבם בכל העולם, שמחים בצאתם, בששים בבואם, עושים בהם הרצון קודם, פאר וכבוד נותנים לשמור צלה ורינה, לזכר מלכותו קרא השמש היזרח אורה והקטין צורת הלבנה שבח נותנים לו כל צבא מרום תפארת וגדולה צרחים באופנים בחיות הקודש יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 Page 109, the top paragraph together. To God, who completed the work of creation on the seventh day and ascended God's glorious throne. God robed the day of rest in beauty, calling Shabbat a delight. God ceased all God's labors on Shabbat. That is its distinction. The seventh day itself hymns praise to God. A song for Shabbat. It is good to proclaim Adonai. Tibarach Moshe Shevach Masei Yadecha Vel Meorei Or She'asita Yifaruch Hashem 110. Tibarach Tzureinu Malkeinu V'Go'aleinu Borei Kedoshim Yishtabach Shekol HaMalkim Yotzim Shata V'Shem V'Shata Kulim Mashvim Yachad V'Kol Kahin Numelech Olam Kulam Ahuvim Kulam Berurim Kulam Giborim V'Kulam Osim Be'ema U'Bira V'Tzon Konam V'Kulam Potchin Et Pihem B'Kedusha U'B'Tahara B'Shira U'B'Zimra U'Marachim U'B'Shavachim U'Mefa'arim U'Ma'aritzim U'Makdishim U'Mamlichim Et Shem Ha'el HaMelech HaGadol HaGibor V'Hanora Kadoshu V'Kulam Mekablim Aleichem Ol Malchut Shamayim Zeh Mizeh V'Notnim Reshut Zeh L'Zeh L'Hakdish Le'Yotzra Menachat Ruach V'Safa Brura V'Nima Kedosha Kulam Ke'acharonim V'Omrim Be'yirah Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzvaot Meloch Haaretz Kevodo V'Ofanim V'Chayot HaKodesh V'Ra'ash Gadol Minasim L'Umatzrafim L'Umatam V'Shavchim V'Omrim Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo Le'el Baruch Ne'imot Yiteinu L'Melech El Chai V'Kayam Zmirot Yomeru B'Tishbachot Yashmi'u Ki Hu Levato Ba'al Milchamot Zorei Tzedakot Matzmiach Yeshuot Borei Refuot Norah Tehilot Adon HaNiflaot HaMechadesh B'tuvo B'chol Yom Tamid Ma'aseh Bereshit Ka'amur le'oseh orim dolim Ki le'olam chasto Orcha hadash al Tzion The Olam Kisona Kanu Makuto Ve'emunato La'ad Amen. 113, 4 lines from the bottom. Emet Shatahu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avoteinu Malkeinu Melech Avoteinu Avoteinu Go Aleinu Go El Avoteinu Yotzreinu Tzur Yeshuateinu Hodeinu Umatzileinu Me'olam Shemecha Ein Elohim Zulatecha Ezrat Avoteinu Ataku Me'olam. Let's continue at the end of the first paragraph, at the box, and go into the Amidah on page 115b. Tehillah Elyon Baruch Barach Moshe U'nei Yisrael V'cha'anu Shira B'simcha Rabav Yamru Chulam Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Kodesh Nora Tehillah Sefer Shira Karasha Shikugeli Mishim Chasvatayam Yachad Kulam Uduvim Lichu Ve'amru Adonai Yimoch Le'olam Va'ed Tzur Yisrael Kuma Ge'ezrat Yisrael Uvteikinu Mecha Yehuda Be'Yisrael Go Aleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Adonai God Yisrael. The whole family's here. Now we can count Ken and say the minion. Yeah. Page 115. See, let's get this together. 115b. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hadol Hagibor Hanorah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Elohei Avol V'zocher Chasdei Avol U'mevi Goel K'nei B'neihem L'ma'an Shemo V'ahava Melech Zozer K'Kushia Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham U'vokei Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayev Eti Atara L'Oshia Mechael Chaim V'chesed Mechayev Meitim V'rachamim Rabim Somer Noflim V'rofeh Cholim U'matir Asurim U'mechayev Emrato B'shei Be'ava Michamocha Ba'al Gibborot U'midom Elah Melech Medin U'mechayev U'matzliach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata L'chayot Meitim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayev Amen.
Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, B'mana Chelko. Ki Erev Neman, Ki Erev Neman, Karata Lo, Kelil Tiferet, Kelil Tiferet, Berosho Natata. Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, B'mana Chelko. Ve'ondo lefanecha, ve'ondo lefanecha, al har-Sinai. Ushnei otavanim, ushnei otavanim, olim beyado. Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, B'mana Chelko. V'chatu b'hem, v'chatu b'hem, shemirat Shabbat. V'chein katuv, v'chein katuv, v'toratecha. Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, Yismach Moshe B'mana, B'mana Chelko. Esham Elru B'nei
138. V'karav v'karashem Rabbi Amadi v'achirutev yamich ma'achutev v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol Beit Yisrael v'ayala v'zman karim v'yimeru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabbi Mevarach v'yavam u'amei amayah Yivarach Yivarach v'shtabach v'yipar v'yirumah v'naseh v'tadar v'tala v'tala shmei kusha Ve'ela mikol v'chata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata dam yiran b'ama v'yimeru Amen Tikabal tzlotan uvaton v'chol Yisrael kalam avuchon v'shmai v'yimeru Amen Yehi shlam alabonim shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'chol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'chol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'chol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen Yaseh shalom Yaseh shalom Shalom aleinu v'chol Yisrael Yaseh shalom Yaseh shalom Shalom aleinu v'chol Yisrael. Let's continue with the Torah service, page 139, Steve.
Yeah, hold on, sorry. Just getting the else you got.
Ein kumoka ve'elohim Adonai Ein kamazecha Malchut Zecha Malchut Olamim U'nemshaltecha B'chol Torata Adonai Melech Adonai Malach Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Adonai Oz Le'amot Yitein Adonai Yivarech Te'ahol Shalom Amen Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Kablu Adonai iti, Umerabama Shemo Yaktah.
The Torah reading for this morning is on page 635. Verse 12. Very good. How about Kohen?
We ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
You didn't say
I'm sorry.
Didn't say you.
Oh, you're right. Sorry about that. Amen. הכל אבו גדול לאלוהינו בכבוד בתורה.
Talmud, Shana bat Yitzchak HaKohen b'Fidela.
ברוך שנתן תורה לימו ישראל בקדושת תורה ותמת בקים ברמליכם חיים כולכם היום.
Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'omim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. וידבר משה אל אהרון ואל אלעזר ואל איתמר בניו הנותרים, קחו את המנחה הנותרת מאישי אדוני ואכלו המצות אצל המזבח, כי קודש קודשים היא. ואכלתם אותה במקום קדוש, כי חוקך וחוק בניך היא מאישי אדוני, כי כן צוויתי. ואת Chazei hatnufa ve'ei shok hatruma tochlu binkom tahor ata ubanecha ubnotecha itach ki chokcha v'chok banecha nidnu mizivchei shalmei b'nei Yisrael shok hatruma v'chazei hatnufa al ishei hachalavim yabi'u lehanif tnufa lifnei Adonai v'haya lecha ulbanecha itcha lechol kolam kasher tzivah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Yashikach. Next section is very interesting. The interplay between Moses and his brother Aaron, and some tough stuff that goes on between them.
Talmud Nixam bat Menachem Halevi Ubatya.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן לתורה.
Amen.
Ve'et seir hachatat darosh darash Moshe v'hinei soraf v'yitzov Alazar v'Itamar b'nei Aharon hanotarim lemor madua lo achaltem et hachatat bimkom hakodesh Ki kodesh kodeshim hi ve'ata natan lachem laseit et avon haida lechaper alehem lifnei Adonai hein lo huba et ama el hakodesh penima achol tochlu ota ba'kodesh kasher tziveti Vaydaber Aharon el Moshe Hein hayom hikrivu et chatatam et olatam lifnei Adonai Vatikrena oti ka'ele ve'achalti chatat hayom hayita b'nei Adonai Vayishma Moshe vayita
Excuse me.
She's showing the face.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yamod Shlishi Yosef ben Abraham Basara.
We're on page 637, line 4.
Baruch Adonai HaMbarak. Baruch Adonai HaMbarak Olam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar lanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe v'Aaron lemor aleihem dabru el bnei Yisrael lemor zot hachaya asher tochlu mikol habehema asher al haaretz kol mafreset parsa V'shosad shesa prasot malat gera b'behema ata tochelu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayim V'hayei olam nata oto karhinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah.
Amen. Yasher koach.
You're done, you'll get through this.
Tamar Revi'i, Rachel bat Abraham v'Sara. Baruchu et Adonai HaTorah.
Baruch Adonai le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaTorah le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah.
Amen.
Ach et ze lo tochelu mima'alei hagera umimafrisei haparsa et hadamal ki ma'ala gera hu uparsa einenu mafris tamehu lachem v'et hashafan ki ma'ala gera hu uparsa lo yafris tamehu lachem ve'et ha'arnevet ki ma'ala gera hi uparsa lo hifrisa tameyahi lachem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'torenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha-Torah.
Amen. We're on page 638, line 7. Yasher koach.
Yamor Chamishi Michael ben Noach Barachaleah.
Baruchu es Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch V'techazir ki mafriz parsa hu v'shosa shesa parsa v'hu gera lo yigar tamehu lachem mi b'saram lo tochlu v'ni lo tochelu v'ni lo tam lo tigaru tmeim hem lachem et Zetochlu mikol asher b'mayim kol asher lo snapir v'kaskeset b'mayim bayamim u'banchalim al tam tochelu.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'not hamelech Torah emet v'chayei olam v'tam b'tzocheinu Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ken, page 638, line 9. 638. No, I'm just telling you. Read that up. We're on page 638, line 10.
Tamud Shishi. Allison, with apologies. I left your name in my other pocketbook.
Read that whole section.
You have 2 pocketbooks? Yes. Sorry. So what's your name? Adaya. Bat. Ruvain. Barach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'notan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'kol asher ein lo snapir v'kaskeset bayamim u'banchalim mikol sheret hamayim u'mikol nefesh achaya asher b'mayim sheket heim lachem v'sheket yiyu lachem מבשרם לא תאכלו ונבלעותם תשקצו כל אשר אין לו סנפיר וקשקשת במים שקט הוא לכם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נוטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yasher Koach, and maybe we should do a prayer for healing at this moment. Let's do a prayer for healing. שברחב אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב שרה רבקה רחל ולאה הוא יברך וירפא את
Robert Carlin, Mel Harris, Deborah Austin, Barbara Sarah Booth.
David Javich and Paul Levine.
Oh, and Bobby Levin, Irene Phillips, Shirley Anderson.
ואת כל החולים בקהילה קדושה הזאת הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחזיקם לרפאותם וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף בתוך שאר חולי ישראל שבתי מלזעוק ורפואה קרבה לבוא השתה בגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר Amen. May the one one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. Bring blessing and healing to all those who are ill within our congregational family. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of body and a healing of spirit, together with all those who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all those who are ill be surrounded by the love of their friends, their loving companions, their families, and their community. And let us say,
Amen. Tamod Shvi'i Bela Bat Golda Vahersha.
So we're on page 639, line 13.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Et ele tishatzu min ha'ov lo ye'achlu shekethem et hanesher ve'et ha'peres ve'et ha'ozniah et hada'ah ve'et ha'ayal et ko'orev lehemino.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayim olam v'tavituhenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yitgadol yitzchadash u'ne'rabah.
Amen.
Yamad rachute v'yamlit malchute.
V'chayechon yomecha u'chayetecha ve'Yisrael. Agalav u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam yomei omayah yifarach.
Yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitronam v'yitnaseh v'yitador v'yitaleh v'yitalam Shmei Dekudesha
Brichu
Le'evam Kol Birchata V'shirata
Zushterchata v'nechem hatavta miram yama v'imru amen. We're back to line 13 on page 639.
Yamod Maftir Shalom ben Yitzchak Halevi Zezakiah.
Asher Barka Bonu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Toroto Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Et Eile Tishaktu Min Ha'ov Lo Ye'achlu Sheketzeim Et HaNesher Ve'et HaPeres Ve'et HaOzniah Et Hada'ah Ve'et Ha'ayah V'minah Et Kol Orei Le'hermino.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torah emet Yekayeh olam notav v'tolchinu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Don't go in. Yamod Chava Shalom. Shalom ben Yitzchak Halevi Vizakia. Would you like to call me?
Yes, Tahamud Galila, Yehudi,
Bat Ruvain.
Bat Ruvain, Viluna.
Let's stand as the Torah's Lichud time.
HaTorah Asher Moshe Livnei Yisrael Al-Kiyat Adonai V'yam Moshe
remain standing. I have a little announcement to make. There's a new month happening. And if you turn to page 150, we will say a blessing for it together, and then we'll hear what the new month is. Page 150. Let's read together in the English for starters. May it be your will, Adonai, our God, the God of our ancestors, to reawaken in us joy and blessing in the month ahead. Grant us a long life, a peaceful life with goodness and blessing, sustenance and physical vitality, a life of reverence and piety, a life free from shame and reproach, a life of abundance and honor, a reverent life guided by the love of Torah, a life in which our worthy aspirations will be fulfilled. Amen. שעשה ניסים לאבותינו ואמותינו וגאל אותם מעבדות לחירות. הוא יגאל אותנו בקרוב, ויקבץ נידחינו מארבע כנפות הארץ. חברים, כל ישראל, ונאמר אמן. ראש חודש אייר יהיה ביום ראשון וביום שני הבאים עלינו ועל כל ישראל לטובה. The new month of Iyar will be coming tomorrow and the next day. May it come upon all our people with peace and goodness. Yechad Shehu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Aleinu ועל כל עמו בית ישראל לחיים ולשלום. אמן. לששון ולשמחה. אמן. ישועה ונחמה ונאמר amen. Let's be seated. Bonnie.
Sure. Just tell me what you want.
I'll take it.
I take orders.
Let's start on 151. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
No, just the short.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Ashrei,
Page 153, please rise. As we open the ark and prepare to return the Lord's Supper.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, Ken Hiskav Shemo Levado. Haaretz v'shamayim, Vayaret kerem li'amo, Tila lechol hazidan, Livnei Yisrael am kirovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Mizmor LeDavid, Avul Adonai, Avul Adonai, Kavod Ha'oz, Avul Adonai, Kavod Shemo, Yisrael Adonai, Be'avat Kodesh. Adonai Elohim, El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai Elohim Rabim. Kol Adonai Ba'Noah, Kol Adonai Be'atar, Kol Adonai Shoser Arazim, Vayasher Adonai Eloheinu Avonu. Vayakidem Kimo Egel, Lilanon V'Sihir Yahon, Kimo V'Remi. Kol Adonai Hoseh B'Kodesh, Kol Adonai Yahil Lidbar, Yahil Adonai Lidbar Kodesh, Kol Adonai Yechol Hayavos. Vayechasof Yarot Uvechalot Kulo Omer Kavod Adonai Lamabu Yasha Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein Adonai Yevarech et Amo Shalom. Uvrucho Yomar. Ki lekach tov natzati lachem, Torati al tazovu, et ta'im hi, le'machazikim ba, betomecha, be'urusha, dera'cheha, garei na'olam, be'chol v'tzivotzecha, shalom, hashivreinu
Let's be seated. And let's start by paying attention up here and by looking at something from a different Torah portion that's related to our Torah portion. Let's go to page 696 at the moment.
What page? 696.
Everyone else can tell you. 696. Line 17. Will someone... Would someone read us the English of that? 696 verse 17.
Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. You shall not hate your kinsfolk in your heart. The literal meaning of...
No, that's good.
Oh, okay.
Then...
Reprove.
Reprove, right there.
Oh, okay. Reprove your kinsman, but incur no guilt because of him.
Thank you. Okay? In plain English, what is this saying?
Don't hate your
Don't hate
neighbor.
your relative.
Oh, your
The first
relative.
part is don't hate your relatives.
Yeah.
The easiest people in the world to hate our relatives. Don't hate your relatives, right? Right? But the second part is actually the main reason I wanted to read this. Reprove your kinsman, but incur no guilt because of him. The Hebrew word is tochiach et amitecha. And it means that if someone is doing something wrong, we are supposed to reprove them. The Hebrew word is called tochacha. We're supposed to let them know they're doing something wrong. So that one, it then says, and do not incur guilt because of it. Because indeed, if something goes wrong in the community, and in some sense, we're all responsible. So if we don't speak up and say, this is wrong, and you're doing something wrong, it should be corrected, that...
What if the individual who is accusing the other of being wrong is wrong himself?
Das ist a Frage.
What is the
That's a very good question. And that's the perfect question to ask as we now go into what we're going to look at. Okay? Okay, so let's keep Bill's question in mind. What if the person who is giving the reproof is wrong in their reproof? Okay? But what's clear is it is okay in Jewish tradition. Not only is it okay, but it's actually a positive commandment to help correct someone if they're making a mistake. Yes?
What's the word of the day?
Oh.
The word of the day. Well, let's say it's tochacha. Let's say the word of the day is tochacha, reproof. That means to help correct someone if they make a mistake. Okay? Tochacha. Alright, now let's go to today's Torah portion, which is on page 635. And we're going to start with verse 12. But if you'll notice in that first sentence, it talks about the remaining sons of Aaron. Because earlier that day, Aaron had 4 sons. Earlier that day, 2 of the sons died. We won't go into all the details of that, but it's just important to know for the rest of the story. Just that day, 2 of his sons died. Okay? So let's just look at the beginning part of this, verses 12 through 13, if someone would read the English there, on 635.
Moses spoke to Aaron and to his remaining sons Eleazar and Itamar. Take the grain offering that is left over from the Lord's gifts, and eat it unleavened beside the altar, for it is most holy. You shall eat it in the sacred precinct, inasmuch as it is your due, and that of your children, from the Lord's gifts. For so I had been commanded.
Okay, so Moses gives a clear direction to the other two children, sons of Aaron. All of these are Kohanim, about what they're supposed to do in terms of the sacrifices. The details of it we won't go into, but the point of the story is he tells them to do something. Okay?
But why is it most holy if it's unleavened?
A good question. Unleavened can be unholy, can be holy too. It's not for Passover. This is just.
I get it, but that's why I'm asking. If he's telling them it's most holy.
No, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry.
You also tell him that that's the way he was older, because God told him.
Yeah, he's passing on. This is what the procedure here.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So now let's go to verse 16 on the same page, 635, and it'll go into 636. Would someone read us that next section, starting on verse 16?
Then Moses inquired about the goat of purification offering, and it had been burned. He was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, Aaron's remaining sons, and said, "Why did you not eat the purification offering in the sacred area? For it is most holy, and he has given it to you to remove the guilt of the community and to make expiation for them before the Lord. Since its blood was not brought inside the sanctuary, you should certainly have eaten it in the sanctuary as I commanded."
Okay, let's stop there for just 1 second. All right, so Moses is giving, what's our word for the day? Tochacha. He is giving tochacha about why didn't you guys do what you were supposed to do with this sacrifice? This sacrifice is important. This sacrifice helps to remove guilt from the whole community. It's not just about you, it's about the whole community, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Okay? So he's giving tochacha. Okay, now let's continue. Thank you, please.
See, where am I? And Aaron spoke to Moses, "See, this day they brought their purification offering and their burnt offering before the Lord, and such things have befallen me. Had I eaten purification offering today, would the Lord have approved?" And when Moses heard this, he approved.
Thank you. Okay, do we understand what Aaron is saying back to Moses?
Yeah, I just lost 2 sons.
I just lost 2 sons today.
Does the Lord really want this kind of offering from me now?
Exactly right. Exactly right. So, we go back to Bill's question, which was, what happens if the person who gives reproof is wrong? So, question 1, was Moses wrong or not? And how do we understand this, and what's it trying to teach us? Nita.
Two ways to look at this. Moses got the order from God, and he said, it's a terrible moment because Aaron just lost his 2 kids. Okay, they didn't have time to mourn them or something. So, it's a terrible situation. It's no win situation.
Yeah. So should Moses, even though Moses knew that he was commanded by God to tell Aaron to do this, and his sons to do this, should Moses have not passed on God's commandment about the way to do this?
He should have a fight with God in this moment.
Okay, all right, okay. No, legitimate point. Yeah.
The way that Abraham could have fight with God and say to God, "No, don't kill me."
Very nice. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, sometimes we challenge God. There's certain circumstances in which we challenge God. Next. What else? Other people? Yes.
Also, Moses, I don't know how if I understood this quite properly, but you're not supposed to reprove people if in a situation where you will embarrass them. Comes first.
Right.
Then, if you think maybe you don't understand something, or you don't approve of it, or it's against or conflict with law, you bring it up with them, but you wouldn't publicly embarrass them. And so Moses does that, and so maybe he realizes, I maybe should have
bringing up something very important here. Very important here. Yes, the Torah tells us we are supposed to reprove something if something is wrong. But there are ways of doing it. And there are times of doing it. And how we do it is just as important as doing it. One of the key words is not to embarrass anyone in public, right? We're not supposed to embarrass someone in public if we can all avoid it. But also, look at verse 16. There's one word that has a truck marking that draws your attention to it. It's on page 635, and it's Vayitzof. Vayitzof means he was really angry. Ketzef is like foaming. It's like he was foaming angry. He was foaming. He didn't do the tochacha the way it's supposed to. Tochacha is not supposed to be done in anger, if we can all avoid it. It's supposed to be done when we're not angry, when we're doing it out of love for the person who we feel has made a mistake. So, and a lot of the commentators point to Vayitzof. Not that it's wrong to correct someone, it's okay to correct someone, but how we do it is so important. And a lot of the commentators point to that and say, here's where Moses made a mistake. He should not have done it out of hot anger.
Emotion.
Yeah. Because then it's hard for the person who is being corrected to hear it also. If we really care to make the change, but we're putting someone totally in a defensive position, it's hard to help that happen. So the commentators point out that was not the problem not that he said, look, this was the commandment and we should have done it, but how he said it. And yes, Michael.
Well, it's sort of an argument that's going on today. Strict enforcement of the law without mercy, whether it's immigration law or other laws.
Yeah.
And it's something arguing the same issues.
Yeah. And Cindy, and then one more thing.
No, I was just going to say that it brings to mind that Moses was so. It just brings to mind that I feel like Moses was. In his passion to do what God has instructed, there's a piece of humanity in there, and we cannot forget the humanity and the emotions that humans have, and that we have to remember that's the piece that sometimes is missing when God has a commandment or Moses is so passionate about carrying that out that there's humanity involved. People have emotions. People have a different take on how that's going to play out, and because of that, there's a difference between God and then that of humanity and how we are.
And there's ways, and Moses, one of the things about the Torah that I love is it doesn't put schmaltz on stuff. It doesn't make us greater than we are. Moses has faults too. Moses is the guy who hits the rock instead of speaking it. Moses is the guy who kills the Egyptian right off. Moses has passion and anger in him. And he's a human being, and he does it, and so here he spoke out of anger when maybe it could have been spoken differently. But the Midrash is, if I may, just a little bit, the Midrash says that Moses, though, is a human being who can make a mistake, but he can also make compensation for the mistake. Mm-hmm. Moses admits that he makes a mistake. And according to the Midrash, it says, Moses issued a proclamation throughout the camp, not just to his brother, throughout the whole camp of the Jewish people, and said, I misinterpreted the law, and my brother Aaron came and put me right.
That's normal.
So that's also, he can make a mistake, but he can still be a mensch.
That's a midrash.
And that's a midrash. But an important midrash, because it acknowledges that even Moses can make a mistake, and even Moses can admit it in front of the camp. So that's a way to really show that he wants to make it right.
He's a human being, and he's flawed.
Yeah.
God made him flawed.
a midrash, yeah. But on the other side, you can look that Moses was the same thing hurt like his brother, that the two kids got killed. And here God tell him what to do, and he's fighting with himself. So the anger is maybe not on them; it's anger on himself that he's.
And God.
And God. And God. And God.
That's always something that why? They're kids, they're teenagers. Yeah, they have a big responsibility, but God could have destroyed the sacrifice without destroying the people. And that would have maybe sent the same message to the kids, wake up and look at what you're doing, without
no answer to this.
without going as far as they did. And I would think that both Moses and Aaron have that kind of stuff going through their head. Why?
Right. So Moses was in distress. In this time of distress, he maybe let some anger out that he wouldn't have.
Not to mention the two remaining brothers.
Right. And what a difficult situation this is, and why did God have to do it this way? And I certainly have no answer for that. The tradition, by the way, some parts of the tradition, because we're all struggle with this, and there are some midrashim that say that actually this was. This sounds terrible, all right? It's not my midrash, I'm just sharing it. But some say that this was like where Elijah ascended straight to heaven, that it was out, in a way God was recognizing the zeal of the two brothers, and it wasn't a punishment, but was a lifting up of them. Now, I don't buy it, but I do want you to know that there are parts of tradition that do say that. So it's important to know that the tradition is struggling with it. And the other, just one other piece I want to say about this is that what I like about this part is that we all face times of great loss and where we don't understand things and things come out wrong. It happens. It happens. Right? Who among us hasn't sometimes, right? And the tradition recognizes this. The tradition recognizes this in terms of Aaron, because part of the debate between Moses and Aaron here is Aaron is saying, you want me and my sons to do this sacrifice. But when we're sacrificing to God, we're supposed to do it out of joy. That's part of what, it's not just what we sacrifice, the animals, but we're supposed to do it as a joyous offering to God. How can I be joyous on this day? And that is acknowledged too. So and Aaron, in his pain, could have lashed out at Moses when Moses lashed out at him. Aaron didn't say, Moses, my brother, how can you talk to me like that? He could have said that. He said, would God be happy if would it please God? It was a sweet response between Aaron, that he could talk that way, still pour his heart out, but do it in such a way that Moses could hear it too. And just like Moses was trying to teach Aaron and help Aaron, but in a way that made it a little difficult, Aaron was modeling back some behavior to Moses and to help his brother also get in touch with what was happening. I think it's an amazing, it's a little story, but it's a very important and powerful story. For us too, when we're angry, hold off a little bit. We may be right, but we may be wrong at the same time. And anyways, I wanted to share the story with you and go into it in some depth, because I think it's very important.
We part of our daily lives.
Absolutely.
It
Rachel.
requires that we understand that, unlike God, we have a little bit of in the back of our brain. I understand that's basically reptilian. That's definitely fight or flight. It's like that's the part that isn't perfect, that we do have to inspire manage.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Have a good trip too.
Okay, so let's continue, and we can continue our discussion a little later if we like. So we're lunch. Page 182. 182. 182. En Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, Ni Keloheinu, Ni Kadonenu, Ni Kemalkeinu, Ni Kemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shetiru, Agolotenu, Lefanecha Eketoret Asani. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tekidu l'yotzei breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu karem, v'gol aleinu k'chol ha'onam, v'anachnu korim, u'nisha'arim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamalchim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim imah, u'shchina shuzo, v'kapei meromi, Eloheinu eino, efes malkeinu, efes sulasho, chakosu v'tolasho, v'yadat hayom, ha'ashemota elim ha'atecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim imah, v'ha'aretz mitachash ein od. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. This week we recall Ida Paul, Lillian Thorne, Abraham H. Adelson, Herman Spicer, and Saul Firestone. Mourner's Kaddish, page 184. Yikal v'yishadash shenei Rabba, Ya'amad yibrach Yerushay, Ya'amlich Machushay, V'chayechon v'yomechon, V'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'bizman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba Mevorach v'Olam Lo Me'anaya, Yisborach v'yishtabach v'yishpa'ar v'yisromam v'yisnaseh, Yishadar v'yishaleh v'yishalal Shemei v'kudsha Richu, Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran v'alma v'yibru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yibru Amen. Oseh shalom v'romav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru.
Amen.
Seated. Joan, announcements.
Shabbat Shalom to everyone here and to everyone who is praying along with us at home. Wish everybody a wonderful and meaningful Shabbat. We've got a lot. We have a lot of interesting stuff coming up. So my best recommendation is to, if you don't already have it, take one of the Israel 70th anniversary flyers that are out there. Take that home with you, and then check Culture Connect, because there are things all over the valley this weekend and next weekend. Some having to do with Israel, some not. But there's too much for me to go over here. I'm just going to take the things that are most meaningful to this building. So a week from tomorrow, next Sunday, is our tribute to Israel's 70th birthday. And that's going to be a series of 4 people who will be speaking about personal experiences with Israel, followed by a gala Israeli lunch. Starts at 11, will probably be over by 1:30 or so, and we welcome everyone. Call your friends. We've been advertising around the valley, and we hope to get a nice crowd of people. I think we will, because there's been a lot of interest in this program. The following Tuesday the 24th, is Holyoke's Holocaust Memorial. That's going to be at the Senior Center, starting at 6:45. So put that on your calendar. Next, the following Sunday, the 29th, is our authors kind of day. Jane Yolen and Barbara Diamond Golden, both renowned authors, worldwide renowned authors that will be here. They've written a book called Meet Me at the Well. It's been very well received, and the critics have been really good to it. And we also have found out that both Saul and Shoshana proofread this book. So thank you. And it's about women in the Bible, and it's good. So come and hear the authors talk about the book. We're selling chocolate for Mother's Day or Shavuot, whichever way. At the board meeting last week, when we talked about the chocolate, there seemed to be a huge consensus that we should have it available for Mother's Day. So I believe that we're going to be able to do that. I'm not absolutely definite yet. So so I would say, put in your head that the deadline for ordering chocolate is the 25th of April. That's the new deadline, the 25th of April, and the chocolate will be out before Mother's Day. And Elaine says there's no problem in that same chocolate being ready for Shavuot. It's not going to spoil between Mother's Day and Shavuot. So it's a double one this time. So buy chocolate. Shavuot itself is going to be Saturday evening, the 19th of May. And you'll be seeing me walking around beginning this week with the clipboard for people to sign up for what they would like to do for Shavuot. There are copies of the Tanakh in the office that you can borrow. And I think, I just wanted to end by wishing Saul and Shoshana a very successful, relaxing, fabulous, challenging trip that you can come back and share with us, and just have a wonderful, wonderful time. And so they're leaving this evening, and they'll be back here on the 1st of May. And Max will be running services in the meantime. Shabbat Shalom.
We want to hear about the spelling bee.
Oh, we didn't,
We know you're going to win, but tell us about the evening. It looked like it was like 200 people there, like the whole crowd.
Oh, easily, yeah. I don't know if we want to do this here, but I guess it's all right. Okay. First of all, we had a wonderful time. Anybody that doesn't, everyone should make a point to attend next year. And Lois has big plans for next year. She wants us to dress in costume. So almost every team has a costume. I hope the team will work on that. I was very proud of our team. We did fine. We didn't make the finals, but we came just short of it. We were not wiped out in the first round or anything even close to the first round. We actually were wiped out, I think, in the last round or the next to last round before the final. So we went that far. We were also announced as a championship team. It was noted by the moderator or the master of ceremonies, Aaron Vega, noted that Sons of Zion had won 2 years ago. So everyone acknowledged that. And it was just a fun event, as there are groups there from all over the city, from the DPW, who call themselves BPW, and to the tutors who work at Homework House from Smith College and Elms College and Mount Holyoke and HCC. They all had tutoring teams. The actual winning team were the Queen Bees. That was their name. I'm not quite sure what they represented. There were 2 retired nuns and I think a teacher or some. I don't know who the third person on the team was, but they were excellent. Let me tell you, those words were murder. I was not on the team. We were fantastically represented by Lois Levin, her brother Jacob Bloom, and Michael Rosner.
And I got to give credit to Michael for being a phenomenal speller.
He is. Except the one that wiped us out.
What was the word?
I think it was triptych. Was it triptych?
No, but
it was what it was a word I couldn't pronounce.
How the person said it sounded more like an A than an O. So we lost on an O as opposed to an A.
That's an easy thing.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, and it was just a wonderful event.
It's a good time.
It was a lot of good spirit, high spirit, lots of fun.
I hope you write something for the bulletin.
Okay, dear, write something for the bulletin.
Page 187. Adon Olam Asher Halav B'Terem Kol Yitzir Yivra Ve'ed Nasa B'Cherso Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Ve'ba'ado Yimot Ro'ra Ve'hu Haya Shiro le'achira Eli Reshit Eli Tachlit Velo ha'oz ve'hamisa Vehu Eli Vechai Goali Betzur Evli Be'et Sara Vehu Nisi Umanosli Menakosi Be'om Yado Avkibrui Ve'tishan Be'ahira Ve'im Ruchi Gebiati Adonai Li Ve'lo Ira. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat
Shut